Hi, I'm Deb, and this is One More Whip. I hope today finds you well and with a hook in your hand. It's been a while, and I'm going to share a little bit about that after I show you guys a few finished objects. I'm going to apologize for the shadow. My window's here, but if I don't make this video now, it's just never going to get made. So, quite a while back, I bought the Hobby mystery bags, the cake mystery bags, and I let you know in that video that I purchased some fingering weight cotton specifically for dishcloths because I have a hard time with the thicker dishcloths. And I just wanted to show you guys how those worked up. So I worked up a regular dishcloth in the regular kitchen cotton, and it's the same as every other dishcloth. Sorry for the fuzzies. It's a dishcloth. This is the cotton from Hobby. The fingering weight cotton. It's, let me just show you here. I don't know how it'll hold up because it's so much thinner. You can see there, because they do kind of take a beating. These dishcloths, we don't treat them with loving care necessarily. But if I quarter them, oh, there's a fly in here. If you see that fly, I'm so sorry. But that's the difference in these two. Just the thickness is a biggie. Just the ease of the way it feels in my hand. I really loved the way this worked out. And while I was at it, I went into my cabinet, and last year at the Hobby Lobby clearance, I bought a cake of this yarn, and it felt soft in the ball. But it's full of these little like twisted bits of thread around the yarn. When I show it to you, you may be very familiar with this if you got it at last year's sale. I love this for a dishcloth. Those little bits of thread are like gritty. I initially pulled this out to like start on a shawl because I wanted a project. This is what I had in my cabinet. It was so stiff and so not yummy feeling for a shawl, but for a dishcloth, it's fantastic because those little bits really are gritty. So I like this too. A couple other things I finished. I watch Llama Mama Kayla. She's fabulous, and she just whips out the amigurumi like nobody's business, and it's something that always interested me, but I was very definitely intimidated by. But I did some stuff. Both of these were free patterns. If you want the free pattern, let me know in the comments, because as I'm explaining later, a lot's going on right now, but I'd be more than happy to share these patterns with you. If I can find them, I'll link them. If not, I'll let you know in the comments if you're interested. But this is a little whale. Look how cute he is. This was so fun to work on. Sis started making these little guys too. So I got to invest in some safety eyes for her. She's got all her little goodies. The little tail is just the best. And because I just didn't want a million little whales, I found this sweet pattern. And this was actually really easy. It called for bigger eyeballs, but at the time I didn't have bigger eyeballs. Look. How cute is it? And it was pretty easy. So if you're wanting to try amigurumi and just have been a little intimidated, I'd be more than happy to share these patterns with you. I also finished, I had talked in another video about doing a wrap for my sister, and I showed a yarn that I loved, but I went with a different yarn. And I haven't blocked it, but this is the wrap I made for my sister. And it's a rectangular wrap. The one thing that's funny is you can absolutely tell where the balls of yarn end the color chain, you know, because it's a hand-dyed yarn. It's not all gonna match. So, but she loved it. I loved working with it. So this is just one of the Hobby Lobby fingering weight yarns. It was a great pattern. I paid for it. She has several beautiful shawls on her Etsy site. I'll link that as well. And I have been busy making these little beauties. If you do not watch Lottie from Enjoying the Journey Cancer's Lifestyle, she has asked people to make some squares and send them in to her so that she can stitch them together and donate the blankets. So, Lottie, I got some squares headed your way. I've got one more round. I'm going to put that pink on it. And some of you might remember this yarn from that. I was going to make a wrap for my friend, and it turned into the 15-foot long blanket. That's that yarn. So I'm not making that blanket. That's just a lot. So those are the things, that's some of the things I've been doing. And some of this stuff I've had done for a little bit, but things have been nuts. So if you're just here for the crochet content, that's what I've got. If you want to hear a little bit about what's been going on with me, then that's what we're going to talk about now. So I shared with you all that we are going to be moving. Oh, my goodness. There's been a lot going on here in the last little bit. A lot. We all had COVID again, which was, it wasn't the second time around. It was like an irritating cold. It wasn't that bad. We went camping and realized that our trailer is just too small to make that trip and have to be in for a few weeks while we're looking for a place to land and put down roots. So we no longer have that trailer, and we went and bought another trailer. Hopefully we can pick it up this week. I have a pod sitting in my driveway, and my husband and I, back on July 6th, celebrated our 35th wedding anniversary. My husband and I, over the last month, have been going through 35 years worth of stuff. That's what we've been doing. And we're both, I wouldn't call us hoarders. Maybe it's a little bit a collector and a little bit procrastinator. But because we aren't just moving from one place to another, we're not just boxing everything up and putting it in a truck, because we've got to store this stuff, and I'm not sure how long that's going to be. And I don't want to pay to store just any stuff. If I'm going to pay to store it, I want it to be my good stuff. So there have been multiple trips to our local thrift store for donations. There have been many Facebook sales. There have been many dump runs, and we still have some to go. We're doing pretty good. But that's what's been going on around here. And I've never shared this with you all, but about, oh gosh, I don't know if it was 4 or 5 years ago, my whole life I have dealt with pain in my head. And because I dealt with it my whole life, I thought that it was normal because it was normal for me. And I'm not talking headaches. I'm talking constant pain in the back of my head. And the severity of the pain would change. But on one particular night, I was part of our church worship team, and I was singing, and I was hitting a note that's just at the top of my range, and it was an extended note. And when I was done singing that note, my hands went to my knees, and I doubled over at the waist. And I looked at our leader and I said, that note just about put me on the floor. And I had never experienced anything like that before. And the pain was still there the rest of the night. The next day I woke up, it was still there, and I drove to the emergency room. And after doing a scan, they found that I had a Chiari-1 malformation. And it explained some stuff for me. The pain, some of the pain, if I laughed really loud or hard, if I coughed or sneezed, it would send shooting pains into my head. I would get dizzy sometimes. Sorry about that. I would get dizzy sometimes. Just different things. I have tinnitus, so it explains some things. So the doctor ordered an MRI, and that wasn't the only thing going on in my head. I can say it's all in my head and it's literal, but there's a lot going on in there. So not only do I have that, but I also have issues with my occipital nerve. So there's a lot of pain. And doing this kind of work in my house, if I'm bent over and getting up, if I'm looking down, if I'm turning my head side to side, can cause problems. I have just not been in a place where sitting down and making a video was the last thing on my priority list. I can work for a bit and then I have to sit. And I can work for a bit and then I can't sit. I have to go lay down. Then I can work for a bit, and it's just a lot of that. So while I have been wanting to get on here and make a video, it just hasn't been happening. Stress doesn't help me either. So there's been a lot of that. So stress too, because of this pain and all of what we're doing right now is just hard. And when things get to be too much, I don't know how you guys deal, but personally for me, I tend to isolate and I tend to kind of withdraw. And that's also why I haven't been here, because I tend to just pull away. So that's been going on. So I'm still here, I'm still around, I'm still crocheting and getting a few things done, but life is a lot. And a year ago when I started this channel, none of this was going on except my head issues, but life is ever changing and you got to roll with it, right? And in this video, I mentioned Llama Mama Kayla and I mentioned Lottie. I have to tell you guys, those two ladies, I know that when I watch those two ladies, I'm going to feel better after I'm done. They are huge encouragers. They both have amazing attitudes about life and dealing with hard stuff that comes up. And ladies, if you are watching, thank you so much for being a bright spot in my day, because in all of this, I haven't even been watching a lot of videos. So if you are one of my subscribers and you have a channel and I'm subscribed to you, but I haven't been making those regular comments, sometimes I'm not even watching because it's just, I just need to sit and close my eyes for a few. And sometimes it's just a heart. Sometimes you'll get a comment, you know, but yeah, there's all of that. There's all of that. And to top it all off, I have perfectionist issues. Like Lottie mentioned my cabinet. Look how dirty my cabinet is. My cabinet is a mess. If you could see my house right now. But it has to sort of be a mess for me to get all that junk out, right? I'm pulling out the mess and making a bigger mess in order to clean it all up. And that's kind of how this video is feeling. But, yeah, I would get on when everything was quiet. First thing in the morning, I would get up and I would put on my makeup, make sure my hair was done. Knew everything was, all conditions were perfect. Right now, nothing's perfect. The only reason you're getting makeup and hair done is because today was Sunday and I went to church. And I'm not going to church like I just rolled out of bed. So, all of that tied together, it's a miracle I'm even here this morning. So, that's why I haven't been around. I do have a piece of, it's silliness, but I'm going to share with you anyway. So, I talked to you all about my hair, losing my hair, and how terrified I was. Well, y'all are going to get a lot of my face right now. But I have, and I can't even call them baby hairs because they're mostly toddler hairs that have learned how to say no and won't listen or mind or any of that. So I have all this new hair coming in, and I'm so glad my hair is coming back. But it's leaving me feeling like a Labrador on a hot summer's day. And I know why they pant when they get hot. There's a lot of these little tiny hair. My hair's like that long, all over my head coming in. And you have no idea what it takes to control it all. It's a lot. But I'm so grateful that it's coming back. So grateful that it's coming back. So that's what's been going on around here. A whole lot. A whole lot. But know that I thought about making videos all the time. I did. And it was great to see some of you guys while I was hiding out in my hidey hole. And know that this community of crocheters and lovers of yarn are amazing people. And I just really enjoy the friendships that I'm making and have made here. And it means the world to this girl who's going to be leaving all of that, all of her friends, all of her family. It's so funny because when I tell people what we're doing, selling our house, getting in our trailer, we're going to park in a spot and drive and find some place we love. People say, what an amazing adventure. This girl is not adventurous. This girl is a little bit sad. I know it will all be good, or I'd be fighting tooth and nail to stay. I know it will be good. But oh, a lot for a girl like me who loves to know what's coming next. I don't have a clue. I don't have a clue, right? So, pray for me. Pray for me. For real, that would be lovely. If you would just keep me in your thoughts and prayers. And I know this is turning ridiculous. It's getting a little personal, but it's where I am. So there's that. So I can't promise when I'll be back. I hope it's sooner rather than later. I'm going to be emptying and filling boxes and cabinets and drawers and underbeds, and because our house is full of stuff. So when I can, I'll get on here and let you know how I'm doing. But I hope you all have a lovely and wonderful day. And if you're a subscriber of mine, thanks so much for being here. Half the time you're probably wondering if I'm still alive. But thank you so much for being here. I sure appreciate it. And don't forget to check out those ladies I've mentioned. They're amazing people. Y'all have a wonderful day. Bye.